blood grouping, STIs, among others. So these are services that we have at Cairo Clinic. And then Cairo Clinic has this brand of like customers are always our top priority, number one, because like the comfort zone of patients is important. So the way patients are approached, we see a lot of patients running out from one clinic to other. Many times they'll be telling you, I've gone to facilities, but still I'm not able to know my diagnosis. So in our system, wherein patients are also able to access their medical data, and they'll be able to track events of their health condition in our system. So we think having Mr. Hussain Dada today here, an ambassador, will go a long way in helping us achieve our objectives. Make sure that all Gambians have, access to healthcare, and then make sure that we avoid. So on that grant, I won't speak much. I have others that are also going to talk about like two categories of services. That is the zakat patient. One of my colleagues here will deliberate more about the zakat component of the services that we provide. So in conclusion, I welcome all of you, and then I thank you all, and then I hope we would pass this information to our community. Cairo Clinic is open for everyone.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mamina Haidara, for that wonderful speech. He has mentioned a lot about the clinic. He has mentioned the health screening, which we normally do every month. We go to a community month. The first community that we went was Sukuta. Last month we did one at Sukuta, but we feel many of the Sukutarians, we are not part of the health screening. So we organized another one, and the turnout was very good. So service, we normally organize free health screening. Some are for cleaning, where you come, we clean your teeth. Some will come and have a consultation. Some will come and do extractions. He also mentioned about our EMI, our patients' health status on data. So if any patient wants their health status on their phone, so I would like to call on our Deputy General Manager, Mr. Israel Asiwaji, to talk on more about. Thank you.
Good afternoon, the Deputy General Manager for Cairo Clinic. I would like to greet everyone. Starting on my right, Jula, the Deputy Matron for Cairo Clinic, Dr. Mamina Haider, the Medical Supervisor, Mr. Hussain Dada, and then his manager, popularly known as Mr. Finch. Thank you so much. The members of the press, media houses, representatives, members of the executive management of Clinic, and the human resource officer and the accountant, as well as staff. I welcome you all. Clinic, because we're here to commemorate and sign Mr. Hussain Dada as a humanitarian brand ambassador. So by humanitarian brand ambassador, what we mean is how we operate. The first aspect for the clinic is on the philanthropic aspect. As a clinic, we want to ensure that everyone has access to health, okay? We're all aware that healthcare in this country can be extremely expensive. And what we do is we call them zakat patients. Islamically, when we talk about zakat, it means giving out. So what the clinic does in terms of the paying patients aspect is we have generate, we recycle that back into helping the poor, the needy. So Julia, mentioned by the medical supervisor, we have other free products as well that we do from time to time, but the whole goal is Mr. Hussain Dada, and I must emphasize his willingness to take on this, because his Hussain Dada humbled himself as per our request to be a humanitarian brand ambassador for the came with less hassle. We contacted the management and they were so open, which actually sheds light on him up for a while. It's not just in the aspect of producing music in the area of entertainment, but he's into a lot of. So would like to thank him for that, because he is quarter to the national development. And back to the reason as a humanitarian brand ambassador is because he has a platform, and we have a lot of people, a lot of Gambians. When we have our humanitarian projects, for example, the mistress of ceremony, that's right. So there are places wherein when we advertise on social media, we go on TV or radio, we advertise, we might not be able to reach out to them. He would be able to reach out to a far more greater audience. So we sign him as a humanitarian as well. Also, Mr. Hussain Dada would also be assisting, especially in the aspect of the free medical insurance. So every month, we provide free medical insurance for 75 people. So we offer 75 people, which include. All right, so that's open for you. We also equally provide, in that same light, we also equally provide humanitarian services for that can afford it. So what happens is there's a screening process, which the deputy matron will highlight more on that. So Mr. Hussain Dada, as an artist, most of the times, and even as an influential figure, you have a lot of people that would read the thing, but health is very important. So even if Mr. Hussain Dada can't give you money physically, what he can family that could generate a huge balance of. We're talking about access to private medical services for free, so which is in its word laudable. So without further ado, this is just the summary of the. From physio, medical services, dental services as well. What we would just like to do is in terms of our projects, if you can support us in various ways by participating, because we want to make sure, our goal is to make sure that everyone has access to health. So when it's possible and participate, also we call on public institutions, private institutions to join us in our cause to make sure that to ensure that the Gambia is a healthy nation. Without further ado, and in conclusion, I would like to thank everyone. I would like to thank once again Mr. Hussain Dada for giving us this opportunity to partner with him. It's nothing short of incredible, and we look forward to a fruitful partnership, and we look forward to momentous affordable healthcare for everyone. Thank you all, and then do. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so. You've mentioned about the willingness of Hussain Dada. I would say I normally hear that he's a kind and generous person, that he is so down to earth, but I can attest to that. The day that I got his number, I texted, and it was like few minutes he replied with all his to my message. He gave me his manager's number to make communication more easier and effective. So I am saying a big thank you to Mr. Hussain, and please continue with that kind of Zaka patient thing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone here. From my far right, Brand Ambassador, Mr. Hussain Dada, and our Deputy General Manager, Mr. Israel. From the press, representative from the House. I am the Deputy Matron of Cairo Clinic. About the humanitarian act that Cairo Clinic is providing, which is called it's a religious obligation for all Muslims who meet a portion of their wealth to the poor or the less privileged. So in the same vein, Cairo Clinic is offering a free medical health insurance to the less privileged population, which is called the Cairo Clinic usually run adverts in all the sources to register with Cairo Clinic under the free medical health insurance, where 75 people more by calling the numbers of the marketing team. After a few days, we will collect that and set an appointment interview for them. In this interview, what we do is to properly screen those who are really in need. Your husband, your daughters, your sons, like all your dependents to be part of this free medical health, in which whenever you want to come to the clinic, you can come to the clinic and services will be provided to you, provided free for you using that insurance card. As my Deputy General Manager, also be part of this humanitarian act, to be part of our Zakat program. Every month, you are given the opportunity to provide 5. Also, currently, Cairo Clinic have 3,152 people who have been registered.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jula, for that wonderful presentation. Like she mentioned, health insurance cards to less privileged individuals. With that card, you can scanning, medications, consultation, everything. All you need to do whenever we post the flyer on our social media platforms, try to call those numbers for the interview. You can and be screened, then you can be part of the health insurance card. So I would like to give the mic to
Thank you, Marie. It's a pleasure to be here. Week promoting the rights of women and children, and this is a continuation of my work. That's how I see it. And also initiative he has as an artist to add values to the life of people. So I'll say, and that is very important. And Mr. Hydra made mention of the different conditions we have in order to support them in providing a quality and relevant health services. I think that's Dada and Co. And also one of his objective as an individual to add value to the lives of. They're using music to create awareness about their service. Music to empower people through healthcare provision. That is very big influencer. We will work hand in hand with you to assist you are providing, especially for the zakat. When we first had a meeting, that was the catch. The word zakat was my catch. To the people, I said, well, as pious Muslims, our objectives as pious Muslims. So if we have a partner that is strengthening that objective, in that particular service, humanity is a strong cause. Part of our job as entertainers, it is part of their job as broadcasters or as journalists. One of their principles is humanity. They're all here, observing that principle by giving this very important information to embark on the journey. And the team of volunteers that we work with are also ready to embark on this journey. And this is the starting of the journey, and we believe it's going to be a stronger journey as we move. I said, okay, change this, change that, but see us all the patience, and I will thank you. Keep up the job, and
give on to the main man, Mr. Hussain Dada.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure being here with you guys, and from hearing what is like the most important thing that someone needs and more eager to like partner with Cairo Clinic. Like he said, right? Like two of them said, it's very expensive for one to actually go to a private clinic, and in most cases they go there and then the results are always bad, not that. So I believe change tactics when it comes to the way people are benefiting from healthcare. I believe with this one, we can help a lot of less privileged, less fortunate people out there to get care with their day-to-day lives and stuff like that. So that's the reason why when Murray reached out, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to be part of something like this. So I linked her with my manager, Ibrahim Dabo. She doesn't complain about, I'm finding it difficult to reach your manager, because I believe the reason why the first time, before I even sent, and when she started communicating with him, she came to realize the truth, because like I might be a little bit busy with too many messages and that, but he is always open, and then he is always free when it comes to stuff like this, because he already has the idea, and then he's working part of something that's somehow connected to this one right here. So what I'm gonna say is that like it's a pleasure here, and then I would like to just tell you guys that we are gonna be, like he said, we're gonna make sure that the work and the communication is gonna be easier, and I want to say considering having us on this wonderful journey, and then we're gonna
For that wonderful speech. So I would like to the official signing of the contract.
Okay, thank you. So this is the moment we're all gathered here today, which is we have an agreement, and like we rightly mentioned, the agreement dated today, so vested as a partner for Cairo Clinic. The signature, and then we'll just have a few pictures as from the media in terms of the sign. Yes, please. All right. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
By the press to ask any question regarding Cairo Clinic. Okay.
That is just bent on that aspect, the aspect of humanitarian service, not Cairo Clinic in general.
Hussain Dada for the official for humanitarian purposes. So it is like a any other question? All right. All right.
Going to the community, how do you go to
Community to do what?
like you do a service, screening service for the community that is free.
Okay.
How do you go there? How do you select and say that okay, this community is less privileged?
Okay, actually, that's a wonderful question. We don't just go to communities that are less privileged for the free health services. Because many people are at their communities with being health screening. We normally give out medications to those that are back to your question, we have contact with the Red Cross service. So most of the time before going there, we link with the health screening there. So they would, sometimes they would be the first to inform their community, or sometimes, thank you. Any other question?
I know this will sound awkward, but anyway, let me just ask you. Is it solely Cairo Clinic funding it, or you have humanitarians that help you?
The first one you answered, you asked rather. So, Mr. Hussain Dada, we're signing him as a humanitarian. It's purely philanthropic, all right? When we offer paying patient services, and you won't see him advertising, or we're doing dental services, we're doing physio. You come, you won't see him doing that. What you will be seeing him advertising is some of the humanitarian. We said we do 75 people, all right, every month. We offer to the general public. When we offer 75 people screening, leave from hand to mouth, they can afford healthcare bills. So, Mr. Hussain Dada will be selecting 5 people personally, but him selecting 5 people, and will give special consideration to those people being a humanitarian brand ambassador for the clinic. So, from the paying aspects, when we generate revenue, services on the medical services, what we generate, we use it at the end of the day. We also have partners as well, both in the Metro mentioned, Zakat, all right? So we have a lot of, and also within the country, that sometimes would like to know. So some individuals would not want to, okay, give you splash $1 million. Some would say, okay, and with what we do as well, the services we provide, the revenue we generate, that's what we do to help people. So as well. So everyone is contributing their quota in terms of the funding. So the medical insurance, I know it's a lot of money when it says that's what is generated in terms of free medical insurance with our partners as well when it comes to health month. But now it's 500,000, so almost $500,000, and it will keep increasing. But that answers your question.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, you haven't made a wrong choice.
Thank you.
It's a good ambassador for you.
Other question? Any other question before I wrap up? And this is a wonderful event. I am so happy because Hussein is my father. Thing arises, my mind goes straight to him. So I the press too. Though it is raining, but you find time to come and attend this event. Make it here to my boss, Mr. Israel, and Dr. Dara, and medical deputy matron. Thank you, Mr. Frings, the manager. I am saying a big thank you to everyone. So we will wrap up here till some more.
Maybe we can just have one last quick picture.
you should.